Savannah Chrisley running for office amid parents' pardon? Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Is reality star and advocate Savannah Chrisley ready to run for office amid her parents' pardon and release? She has worked very closely with political figures in order to get her voice heard. So, is that her next step? Keep reading for more details on what Savannah is up to. Savannah Chrisley running for office. The moment that Todd and Julie Chrisley were sent away to their respective prisons, it was game on. Their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, immediately stepped into action and was ready and willing to do anything to free them. She campaigned and spoke on behalf of President Donald Trump and made her voice as well as her presence known. Furthermore, she stated that she would be talking to his team about getting her parents a pardon. Ultimately, she received the phone call that they had been pardoned and would be home within a day. There was some speculation as to how she got this pardon, if it was more than being extremely vocal and persistent. She has continued to deny exchanging any favors and just did not stop until she got what she wanted. Since Savannah has the eye of the tiger, is she setting her sights on entering the government moving forward? She admitted that she is contemplating a congressional run, given that she has been very proactive with the current administration. Savannah has been very vocal regarding prison reform after the harsh conditions her parents faced. Plus, she spoke at the RNC, which was a big moment for the reality star. Host Juju Chang shared that when she saw Savannah Chrisley speak at the 2024 RNC, she questioned if her next stop was politics. Todd Chrisley jumped right in with, "We cringe, but we're kind of thinking yes." She has acknowledged that working to fix what she feels is a broken prison system is of utmost importance. Moreover, Savannah had the impression prison was solely for bad people, and has since learned this is false. Many need to be rehabilitated and receive mental health care over a long sentence. Savannah Chrisley is no stranger to controversy, headlines, or the relentless spotlight that fame has placed on her family. But now the daughter of embattled reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley is stirring up even more chatter, with whispers turning into roars about a potential bid for political office. With her parents' highly publicized legal saga far from fading, the idea of Savannah stepping into the political arena has ignited intense speculation and curiosity. Could the woman best known for her role in reality television and fierce family loyalty truly be preparing for a pivot into politics at a time when the Chrisley name is more polarized than ever? In recent weeks, subtle yet deliberate signs have emerged that Savannah may be laying the groundwork for something much bigger than influencer deals or podcast episodes. The speculation began when Savannah appeared at a local civic engagement rally in Nashville, flanked by attorneys, advocacy organizers, and even a former campaign manager from a state congressional race. Though she never explicitly stated she would run, the imagery alone had media outlets racing to connect the dots. Observers noted her pointed remarks about leadership transparency and criminal justice reform as potentially signaling her desire to redefine the narrative surrounding her family. Public interest reached new heights when Savannah was spotted registering as an independent voter in a district long considered a swing zone between deeply conservative and moderate progressive ideologies. She was photographed alongside community leaders known for championing prison reform and ethical government practices. Despite her youth and celebrity background, Savannah's growing alignment with policy-driven figures has raised questions about whether she views a potential office run as a means to advocate for those wrongfully incarcerated or merely as a strategy to restore the tarnished Chrisley legacy. Social media lit up with mixed reactions. Fans of the family hailed her ambition and boldness, arguing that her lived experience made her uniquely qualified to bring real stories to the forefront of American politics. Others were less forgiving, pointing to her lack of formal experience and the perception that the Chrisleys often blend reality entertainment with public manipulation. Detractors argued that Savannah's bid, if confirmed, would be more spectacle than substance, designed to capitalize on the continued public fascination with her family's downfall. rather than a genuine effort to serve constituents. Still, Savannah has shown an unusual resilience in the face of relentless criticism. Since Todd and Julie were incarcerated, she has stepped up as the de facto spokesperson for the family, a role that has not only tested her public relations skills, but thrust her into political discourse, whether she intended it or not. Her podcast has increasingly focused on issues of justice reform, legal technicalities, and systemic failures in the court system, subjects she admits became personal when she felt the system failed her family. Adding fuel to the speculation, Savannah recently appeared on a primetime news program where she dodged direct questions about her political aspirations, but hinted that she was open to all paths that would lead to impactful change. Her remarks included veiled criticisms of elected officials, who she claimed were silent when her family needed institutional support during the legal process. The interview ended with the host asking point-blank if she would consider running, and Savannah offering a knowing smile before responding that she would do whatever it takes to be heard. For supporters, this is not just a young woman fighting for her parents' freedom, but someone learning to navigate America's political and legal systems in real time. Her transformation from reality TV star to media-savvy advocate has become one of the more unexpected narrative arcs in a landscape already bursting with celebrity reinvention stories. As she continues to speak on panels, attend rallies, and build alliances across advocacy groups, the line between activism and candidacy is growing increasingly blurred. Critics, however, see Savannah's actions as nothing more than a strategic play orchestrated to manipulate public sentiment and potentially influence her parents' chances of receiving a presidential pardon. Her presence at multiple lobbying efforts in Washington, D.C., including one event directly involving White House aides, did not go unnoticed. While she claimed to be there on behalf of families affected by sentencing disparities, many questioned if the Chrisley name and its legal drama were overshadowing legitimate grassroots efforts. Savannah has often used her platform to criticize the way the media and legal system handle high-profile cases. Her argument has remained consistent that fame often brings harsher scrutiny, and that her parents were made examples of because of their television notoriety. These sentiments have resonated with some, particularly younger audiences disillusioned with what they perceive as a broken justice system. Savannah's messaging often leans into themes of resilience, family, and redemption, suggesting she may be crafting the foundation of a political campaign without explicitly naming it as such. Despite the controversies, the idea of Savannah running for office is not entirely far-fetched in today's political climate, where celebrity and politics frequently intersect. Former athletes, actors, and influencers have successfully crossed into political roles in recent years, and the idea of name recognition outweighing policy experience has become a recurring theme in modern elections. In that sense, Savannah may be perfectly positioned to exploit a new kind of populism, one driven by personal narrative, social media clout, and media exposure rather than traditional political pedigree. The pressure intensified when a leaked internal memo from a campaign strategy firm revealed that Savannah had indeed held exploratory conversations with consultants about a possible run for a local state house seat. The memo described her as charismatic, media-trained, and possessing a dedicated fan base who could be mobilized quickly through online campaigns. It also noted potential vulnerabilities, including public skepticism about her motives and ongoing legal associations with her parents. Still, the overall tone of the memo was positive, suggesting that if she chose to run, she would not be doing so in isolation, but with calculated backing. As with many public figures who flirt with political aspirations, Savannah's every move is now under a magnifying glass. Her recent travel schedule has included private meetings with influential donors, media executives, and political organizers, all of whom have remained tight-lipped about what was discussed. One insider, speaking on condition of anonymity, claimed Savannah had been asking pointed questions about campaign finance laws, district demographics, and ethical boundaries, a signal that she is at the very least doing her homework. There's no denying that the Chrisley name still evokes strong feelings on both sides of the aisle. To supporters, they represent the embodiment of Southern charm mixed with the tragic consequences of celebrity excess. To critics, they're symbols of financial fraud, media manipulation, and superficial fame. For Savannah, navigating that legacy would be her greatest political challenge. Running for office would require her to either distance herself from that legacy or fully embrace it in a bid to reframe the narrative. So far, she appears to be doing both, using her experience to connect with real policy issues while also challenging the public's assumptions about her family. What's more intriguing is how Savannah has subtly shifted her language. She now speaks in terms of policy rather than opinion, using phrases like systemic accountability, legislative reform, and due process violations. Whether this is the result of political coaching or authentic evolution is unclear, but the shift has not gone unnoticed by observers, who view it as a deliberate recalibration of her public persona. Beyond the rumors and the headlines, there's a very real question at play. Can Savannah Chrisley turn personal hardship into political momentum? The idea of redemption is a powerful one in American storytelling, and Savannah seems keenly aware of that dynamic. If she were to officially enter the race, she would undoubtedly frame her campaign around her family's story, not as a tale of failure, but as proof of resilience, determination, and unwavering belief in justice. That narrative may appeal to voters weary of establishment figures and seeking authenticity, even if it comes in an unconventional package. Others may see it as opportunism, plain and simple. But if Savannah has proven anything over the past year, it's that she is unafraid to lean into controversy and transform adversity into action. Whether that action ultimately leads to a ballot remains to be seen, but the buzz surrounding her next move continues to grow louder by the day. Meanwhile, her social media pages have begun to resemble those of a politician in waiting. Polished images of community visits, inspirational quotes about leadership, and behind-the-scenes clips of meetings with local organizers have replaced the more frivolous content of years past. Comment sections overflow with pleas from fans to run and critiques from skeptics urging her to stay in her lane. Yet Savannah continues to forge ahead, undeterred by the noise, seemingly driven by something larger than public perception. In the end, the question of whether Savannah Chrisley is running for office may not be as important as why the idea has taken hold in the public imagination. It speaks to a cultural moment where fame and politics are increasingly intertwined, and where personal narrative can sometimes outweigh traditional qualifications. For better or worse, Savannah Chrisley represents a new kind of political figure, one forged not in the halls of government but under the glare of reality TV cameras and the crucible of scandal. If she does run, her candidacy will undoubtedly spark fierce debate about who gets to lead, what qualifies someone for public service, and whether redemption stories can translate into real political power. Until then, Savannah continues to move in calculated silence, dropping hints, shaking hands, and rewriting what it means to be a Chrisley in the public eye. The next chapter is hers to write, and the nation watches with cautious fascination as the lines between fame and public service blur once again. The bottom line: Savannah Chrisley made it clear that talks of a congressional run have happened. However, the 27-year-old reiterated what her bottom line in the political sphere is. "I don't know if that will or will not be the thing that I do, or if it's what I'm called to do, but also I believe right now my goal is to speak to younger voters." Savannah knows how lucky she is to have her parents back after initially receiving a total of 19 years behind bars. They served a little over 2 years before being pardoned and are determined to help their fellow inmates. Todd and Julie Chrisley spoke fondly of the people they met during their time and feel that many deserve a second chance. So, if Savannah does run, will she get votes? Many followers wanted to know what she actually knew about politics. Others believed she still had a lot of life to live before she could enter the political arena. Time will tell what route Savannah Chrisley takes, but can you see her in Congress? Or should she stick to advocacy work? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.